The girl who tried to own the wind. In the high plateaus of Aerenfell, where mountains stood like ancient witnesses and ravens carved black circles in the sky, there lived a girl named Sera who believed the wind itself was speaking to her. When she was young, the wind came soft, a hush of courage behind her ear, a murmur of instinct guiding her steps, a whisper of, "Go, try, rise." But as she grew older, and her world grew heavier, the wind changed tone. It came with questions she was afraid to answer, and truths she had no place to put. So Sera devised a plan. If she could trap the wind, maybe she could still feel its comfort without being confronted by its honesty. She built cages, beautiful ones, crafted from willow branches and severed reeds and threads of moonlit twine. Each cage hummed when the wind passed through it, like a harp plucked by a ghost. Sera set them on the cliffs and waited. In the catching, the first gust she caught whispered to her ear, "Why do you hide your fear?" Sera flinched and slammed the cage door shut. The second gust she trapped sighed, "You are meant for more than this." She locked it away too. The third gust laughed softly and said, "You pretend indifference because caring scares you." Sera sealed that cage with trembling fingers. Soon she had dozens of them, cages filled with wind that no longer blew free, voices confined like truths in captivity. From afar, the villagers saw only a girl collecting breezes, but inside each cage was something she refused to hear. In this storm of consequence one night, as a mighty weather rose, not the kind that cracks branches, the kind that cracks people and souls, thunder rolled across cliffs like a verdict, lightning split the sky like a scream, and one by one Sera's cages trembled and cracked. The whispers inside, the ones she tried to silence, began to merge. Fear, truth, longing, unanswered questions, unspoken confessions, all spiraling together in a single terrifying force. When the storm struck, the cages burst. Every trapped voice roared free at once. The wind didn't whisper now. It howled. It screamed. It bellowed. With everything Sera had smothered, all the truth she had tried to trap instead of face. It knocked her to her knees and screamed the one thing she most needed and least wanted to hear. "You cannot control what exists to move you." In her surrender, Sera sobbed, arms wrapped around herself as the storm spun beside and around and above and below like a furious teacher. "I'm sorry," she cried. "I was scared." The wind softened, just enough to answer. "Fear is allowed," it murmured, "but silence is not. Not when the truth is calling your name." Sera bowed her head. She let the wind pass through her without resistance for the first time in so many years. No cages, no locks, just breath, just honesty, just movement. And the storm, seeing she had surrendered not her will but her hiding, finally broke apart into sweet, gentle rain. You cannot imprison truth and expect peace. What you try to control will eventually confront you, and what you try to silence will eventually surround you. What you try to hide will eventually howl from deep within. But the wind, your instinct, your calling, your deeper knowing is not your enemy. It only becomes a storm when you refuse to let it speak. Listen early, so you don't have to be shattered later on.